Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mariah's Sanctuary. I'm Mariah. Today's topic is on the topic of celebrities with Parkinson. Note, some of these things may have changed since the article was published. Um, the information below came from the Parkinson Foundation website. In the article, notable figures of Parkinson. Okay. The first one is Alan Ada or Alda. Diagnosed in 2015, actor, director, screenwriter, and author Alan Alda, I think it's Alda, best known for playing Hawkeye Pierce in the TV series um, MASH, was diagnosed with PD in 2015. He made his diagnosis public in 2018, saying, "I was diagnosed 3.5 years ago, and I've had a full life since then." Okay. Number two, Muhammad Ali, diagnosed in 1984. Born as Cassius Clay, Ali was known as the People's Champion. He was diagnosed with Parkinson's just 3 years after retiring from boxing. He worked to raise funds for Parkinson research through the 2000s, even bearing the Olympic flag and in 2012. Ali was a long friend of the Parkinson's Foundation. He elevated Parkinson's awareness around the world and helped establish the Muhammad Ali Parkinson Center, a center of excellence in Phoenix, Arizona. Ali's fight against Parkinson's ended in June 2016, but his legacy lives on. Hold on, guys, 1 second. Okay. Number three, George H.W. Bush, diagnosed with vascular Parkinsonism in 2012. The 41st president of the U.S. and two-time vice president under Ronald Reagan lived with vascular Parkinsonism for several years. The World War II Navy veteran kept his hopes high and battled Parkinson-like symptoms. At the time of his death at age 94, Bush was the longest living president in history. Bill Connolly, diagnosed in 2012. The Scottish stand-up comedian and film actor only visited his doctor after a fan who was also a surgeon approached Connolly in a lobby and informed him that his abnormal gait could be a sign of Parkinson. Today, Connolly copes with his Parkinson through his sense of humor, along with his wife Pamela Stevenson. He is currently working on several projects. Neil Diamond, diagnosed in 2018, singer and songwriter of popular songs like Sweet Carolina and I'm a Believer, went public with his diagnosis after where am I at? Sorry. Announcing his cancellation of his third leg of his 50th anniversary tour in 2018. Fans of the Golden Globe and Grammy-winning Hall of Famer donated tickets to Parkinson's research on his behalf through Parkinson's Champions. Diamond still plans on making music. Brett Favre, diagnosed in 2024. Hall of Fame quarterback Brett Favre is known for his 20-year NFL career, starting in an NFL record 321 consecutive games. He played 16 seasons with the Green Bay Packers, reaching Super Bowl XXX 1 or 30, I guess that's 31 victory in 1996. Favre won 3 NFL MVP awards and retired in 2010. Favre announced his Parkinson diagnosis in a 2024 congressional hearing, but did not indicate the type or cause. In a 2018 interview with Today TV, he said regarding concussions, I've had hundreds, maybe thousands throughout my career, which is frightening. Michael J. Fox, diagnosed in 1991, actor and philanthropist, I think they say it. Michael J. Fox is one of the most recognizable Parkinson's advocates in the world. Fox became a household name as Marty McFly in Back to the Future and led an illustrious acting career, winning Emmys and a Golden Globe. Fox began noticing symptoms of early onset PD when he was just 29 years old. He dedicated his life to furthering Parkinson's research, going on to establish the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson Research. Fox has written 3 books and continues to make guest appearances on TV shows, including his new documentary, Still, a Michael J. Fox movie, which reflects on his monumental career and life with Parkinson's. Where am I at? Billy Graham, diagnosed in 1993. The well-known evangelist was adored by his worldwide following for decades. His humble beginnings eventually turned into delivering sermons to crowds and hundreds of thousands of people. Graham received Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1983 and Congressional Gold Medal in 1996. He died in his North Carolina home from old age at 99 in 2018. Brian Grant, diagnosed in 2008. Professional basketball player and strong community activist turned Parkinson's advocate, was diagnosed with Parkinson's at 36, just 2 years after retiring from his 12-year NBA career. Grant is determined to live an active and healthy life and launched the Brian Grant Foundation to help others do the same. Ian Holm, diagnosed when his diagnosis was unknown. Beloved British actor Ian Holm fought Parkinson's for years. The Tony actor and BAFTA awardee starred in more than 100 films and TV roles, namely Bilbo Baggins in the Lord of the Rings trilogy and The Hobbit, and in Alien and his Oscar-nominated Chariots of Fire role. Knighted for his services to drama, the actor died in 2020 in London, England at age 88 for Parkinson's-related causes. Bill Hoskins, diagnosed in 2011, one of London's most beloved actors. Hoskins was best known for his roles in Pennies from Heaven, The Long Good Friday, and Hook. The Emmy Award winner, diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2011 and soon after retired from acting. Just 2 years later, Hoskins died of pneumonia at the age of 71. Reverend Jesse Jackson, diagnosed in 2015, the influential and outspoken civil rights leader who strived for equality since the 1960s and marched alongside Martin Luther King Jr., announced his Parkinson's diagnosis in November of 2017. The retired CNN host hopes to use his voice to find a cure. Dave Jennings, diagnosed in 1996, during his 11-year career, the New York Giants punter made 4 Pro Bowls before ending his career with the Jets. As a broadcaster in the public eye, he privately managed his early onset PD until he eventually shared his story to help others. Jennings passed away at the age of 61 in 2013. Richard Lewis, diagnosed in 2021. Stand-up comedian and actor Richard Lewis, best known for his dry and witty roles in Men with Tights and Curb Your Enthusiasm, was diagnosed with Parkinson in 2021. Soon after, he retired from stand-up and acting, publicly stating that his Parkinson's was progressing slowly. Lewis passed away in 2024 due to a heart attack. Leonard Maltin, I think is his last name, diagnosed in 2015, one of the most highly respected cinephiles, which means they really cinemas, or I think it's what it has to do with, for our time. Maltin is best known for authoring thousands of movie reviews and his thorough knowledge for Hollywood history. He also made several guest appearances in TV and film. Metzel was diagnosed with Parkinson in July of 2015. Knowlton Nash, diagnosed in 2002. The Canadian broadcasting icon, best known as a longtime anchor of the National and who interviewed high-profile figures such as Robert Kennedy, was diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2002 and kept his spirits high. Nash passed away in 2014 at the age of 86. Ozzy Osbourne, diagnosed in 2019. Heavy metal legend Ozzy Osbourne was diagnosed with Parkinson's in February 2019. He revealed in an interview with Robin Williams on Good Morning America on January 21st, 2020. Ozzy from England rose to fame as a lead singer in Black Sabbath in the 1970s. In the 1980s, he began his solo career, ultimately releasing 12 albums and receiving 3 Grammy Awards, including the Lifetime Achievement Award in 2019. Note, he died on July 22nd, 2025. Pope John Paul II, diagnosed in 2001. Pope John Paul II was born, I'm gonna butcher this name because I do not know how to say things in Polish. Okay, because his name is Polish. It's Karol Joseph, I don't know how to say his last name, so with a W, in was Ice, Poland. I'm so sorry that they're wrong. He was the first non-Italian pope in more than 400 years. Ordained in 1978, and the pope visited more than 100 countries and strongly advocated for human rights for his more than 25 years in the Vatican. His change in posture, voice, and gait became more pronounced through his public appearances later in life. He was diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2001 and passed away in 2005. Davis Finney, diagnosed in 2000 as the first American to win a road stage of the Tour de France. Davis Finney was celebrated was celebrated the has celebrated the most victories of any cyclist in American history, an astonishing 228. My goodness. The Olympic bronze medalist was diagnosed with young onset PD after years of experiencing several motor and non-motor signs. He inspires others through his optimism and encouragement, eventually launching the Davis Finney Foundation. Today, he lives in Boulder, Colorado with his wife and former Olympian Connie Carpenter Finney. Janet Reno, diagnosed in 1995. As the first female general of the United States, Reno was a champion for social change during a difficult political environment. In 1995, just 2 years into her 8 years of service, Reno was diagnosed with Parkinson's. Reno was a longtime supporter of the foundation and an advocate for Parkinson's research. She proved to the public how people with PD could live life to the fullest. Reno passed away due to complications from PD on November 2016, nearly 21 years after that diagnosis. Linda Rodstadt, hopefully I said that right, diagnosed in 2012. The First Lady of Rock, Linda Ronstadt, emerged on the folk rock and country rock scene in 1967. Over her 44-year career, Ronstadt received 11 Grammys and an Emmy while selling more than 100 million records. She retired in 2011 and announced that she had Parkinson's in 2012. She has said that her voice had been affected for many years prior to her diagnosis. She was honored with a National Medal of Arts by President Obama and currently lives with her son. Glenn Tipton, diagnosed in 2008, the Grammy Award-winning Judas Priest guitarist has been living with Parkinson's for 10 years. In February 2018, he announced that he would no longer be touring with the speed metal band due to his Parkinson's symptoms, but still remains part of the band and joins them on stage for select shows. Robin Williams, diagnosed in 2014 with Lewy body dementia. The adored comedy and actor was diagnosed with Parkinson's 3 months prior to his death in August 2014. Williams won Academy Awards, Emmys, Golden Globes, Screen Actor Guild Awards through his career. After his death, it was confirmed that Williams had identifiers for Lewy body dementia, which basically means he was misdiagnosed with Parkinson's before his death. No, there are probably more celebrities with Parkinson's out there, but this list mentioned above is based on the information that was provided in this article. The next planned video will be on the topic of blindness is not and will be released today at 6 p.m. Eastern. It was already released on my Patreon on Wednesday, which was 3 days ago. The next fun unscripted live stream will be on Monday, August 11th at 4 p.m. Eastern, and the next the celebratory live stream for reaching 1.6 subscribers will be on Wednesday, August 13th at 2 p.m. Eastern, and will be on the topic of writing a creative poem with my community's help. The next scripted live stream will be on Saturday, August 16th at noon Eastern, and will be on the topic of chronic fatigue syndrome. Thank you for watching. Love you guys. Bye.